Do you ever wonder what pro sax players actually practice? I worked on scales and arpeggios for years without making any real progress until I discovered a way to practice that resulted in huge gains. So in this video, I'm going to show you this easy method that turns those exercises into the ability to improvise great solos that nail the chord changes. This whole method is built around learning songs. After all, performing songs is the goal. So that should be the main focus of our practice. Exercises on their own are great for building technique, but if you don't apply them to tunes, it's like spending hours on Duolingo, but never saying anything in the language you're learning.
I practice with playing in mind. What I'm really doing is taking these harmonic concepts rather than just running them as they are on the paper through the keys. I will take a tune. If you do those things within the context of tunes you're working on, then you will find out how much value they have.
So let's start by applying some easy exercises to a well-known jazz standard, All of Me. By the way, I made the PDF for this lesson free to download. Click the link in the description and I'll send it to you. Instead of just practicing scales, we're going to apply them to the chord progression, like this. Or like this. There are endless ways you can apply scales to chord progressions, and the more you do this, the better you'll be at playing tunes. But let's take this to the next level. Now, instead of just practicing arpeggios, we're going to practice them over a chord progression like this. Or like this. Again, there are countless ways to apply arpeggios to chord progressions. That was just two very basic examples to get you started. And they sound good, but we can easily take this to the next level by combining both. Practicing this way is giving you a major boost because you're working on technique, playing various scales and arpeggios, but at the same time, we're drilling the chord progressions of the songs we're going to be playing with other musicians. It's also way more fun to practice this way, but we're not done yet. Let's take it one step further. Once you know your scales and arpeggios, you have to start adding in jazz language to your vocabulary. Otherwise, you'll sound like you're just playing scales and arpeggios. Let's take a couple basic public domain jazz licks and apply them to our chord progression. And here's another one for you to try. Now, what if we alternated between these two? challenging technically because it forces us to really know our chords. But best of all, this practice will get us ready to improvise solos that sound great and nail the chord changes. But we're not done. If you really want to get good at jazz soloing, there's something you have to stop doing. By the way, this is exactly what I work on with students in the Better Sax membership, and we've had so many people completely transform their playing, going from never having improvised before to nailing the chord changes to jazz standards and playing great solos. Check the link in the description if you want to get the same results. You're spending way too much time practicing with backing tracks. Don't get me wrong, I love playing over tracks as much as anyone else, but they're a trap that can seriously slow down your progress if you rely too heavily on them. It's like the kid that never takes his training wheels off. Saxophone players need to be responsible for keeping time and keeping their place in the form without any outside help. If you don't practice this, you're going to fall flat on your face when you're on stage and the training wheels come off. So instead of putting that backing track on an infinite loop, I want you to first practice the stuff on the PDF with no accompaniment. Give yourself the time necessary to get the notes and rhythms right. Give your brain a chance to keep up with all the chord tones and patterns. Rather than playing entire chord progressions, I want you to focus on looping shorter sections. Once you've got it down slowly and out of time, put the metronome on and work with just that. Your goal is to be able to play a tune with only the metronome on beats 2 and 4, and you want your listeners to be able to clearly hear the chord changes. When you reach that goal with the metronome, go ahead and play with backing tracks. It's going to be so much more fun now because you've got more confidence and your solos are going to sound a lot better. But what actually makes solos sound good? Why do some combinations of notes sound better than others? Knowing the answer to this is what separates good soloists from the rest. So go watch this video next to find out how you can start finding the right notes in every situation.